thanking everybody for inviting us here today, both our delegation colleagues as well as Congressman Paulson from Minnesota, who's also a colleague of mine on the Ways and Means Committee. Senator Toomey, I think, put it just right. We have a lot of work to do, but a lot of important work needs to be done. And certainly, first and foremost, relative to our delegation and relative to the work that Senator Toomey's doing on the Senate side, is the medical device tax repeal. And as we look ahead here for the rest of this 112th Congress, we know tax reform is going to continue to be a very, very important issue for discussion and hopefully for some agreement as we try to look at ways to simplify the tax code, make it more equitable, but also make it or undertake those reforms in a way that's going to foster and promote more innovation and foster and promote more investment in our domestic economy and certainly in the life sciences and medical technology industries, certainly. So we on the Ways and Means Committee have a little bit of work ahead of us. We had a little bit of a conference last week to talk about how we're going to look at the various nooks and crannies of the tax code, what we're going to try to do in trying to simplify the code, but certainly in a way that's going to allow for more investment and foster that creativity and that innovation that we want to see. So we're going to have to come up with some metrics. We're going to have to come up with some standards and criteria for deciding what ought to be thrown out, what ought to be kept. And I hope in that process, and I know Eric feels the same way, we have to make sure that we're incentivizing the investment in this particular industry, the life sciences industry, because you do so much for those that you serve, but you do so much in terms of the economy in our region and across the country, and we know the good paying jobs that you do provide. So whatever we do on the tax code side, it's got to be an eye towards growing the economy, fostering growth and development, and not hurting that effort. We also, on our committee, have trade jurisdiction, and we have a lot of important discussions that are underway now on what's called the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade discussions through the U.S. Trade Representative's Office. And we look forward to hearing from you as to how best we can try to influence the outcome of those discussions with our foreign trading partners in that area of the world. And I look forward specifically, the Speaker just put me on the President's Export Council, so hearing from you directly on what we ought to be talking about on that council and trying to promote export opportunities for your companies and your industry would be very, very helpful. So bottom line is, a lot of important work to do. We have a great delegation that's going to help us on the House side. We have a great leader in Senator Toomey that's going to be doing that on the Senate side. And I'm sure the other members that are here represented by their staff are going to carry that message back to those members, and they'll be helpful as well. And together, on a Republican and Democrat basis, on a House and Senate basis, we can make great strides in the coming year to do the things that are going to be helpful to you, and that's create jobs, create great products, create great devices that will help the health and welfare of those that we serve. So thank you for having us here this afternoon, and we look forward to the tour we're going to take right after this part of the program. And otherwise, thanks for the great work you do for those that we serve. Thank you.